I'm feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure, you know that I want ya. Can you just hold that beat? Just let the lights up, baby. Let it go.
Hey guys, we're back. It's Michael back in.
Chad Horde, anything.
Yeah, and we're here back with Chat GTM episode number 6 at the Restaurant Leadership Conference here in Arizona. I am here with the one and only Erin Hooper.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
we're very excited. This is a special one for us, as you all know.
Massive.
Love. I'm going to avoid the word disruptive and say awesome, innovative technology in our industry. But this is disruptive. This is a big deal.
It is.
And excited to have Erin here.
It's rupting all those dishes. It's happening. Yep.
So most of you probably don't know about it yet because it's just been kind of out there recently.
News
but
just dropped.
Erin, what the heck have you guys built? And
Well,
why?
What's it
Why?
called?
Yeah.
Let's just name all this stuff.
Yes.
Who are you with?
Oh, I want-
Let's
all
start
right.
there.
Break
We're going to
it.
start with the full name, Franchise Systems AI.
Okay.
Okay.
Franchise
FSAI
Systems
for
AI.
short.
Franchise Systems AI.
AI.
All right, love it.
All right. Because it's not one thing, it's all the things. It's a complete operating system.
Oh.
Yep. For
We're talking
franchises.
OS.
We're talking OS, the whole thing,
Okay.
start to finish. Marketing, sales, operations, we brought everything together. Because I think everyone knows the headache of working with 12 different products. You
Yeah.
can consolidate all that into one. Wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah, especially
Yes.
since everything needs to talk
Everything
and
needs
that
to
data
talk.
getting shared and all that.
And let's bring everyone together so everyone can work in the same platform. Instead of being siloed, let's bring them all together.
Yes.
So it's from start to finish. So it's meant to give franchisors complete ownership and oversight of their entire franchise network.
Okay. So the all-in-one versus niche point solution debate's been a big deal for a long time.
Yep.
But has this even been a category when it's been a choice? Have people even had the option of doing
No.
this all-in-one before?
No, there's nothing out there that is exactly like this, that brings this many things together. And so it's new. So it's new for everyone. It's a new thing for everyone to absorb and think about and understand. But yes, so when we talk about end-to-end, we mean it. We mean let's start with marketing. Let's get people in understanding the brand.
Right.
Let's have them self-discover. Let's make reaching out to new leads for franchisees, let's make it seamless. Let's make it effortless. Let's give a load off of the sales team.
Right.
And from the very beginning to say, hey, let's let these leads self-discover your brand exactly the way you want them to. So they go through this journey from to understand the brand, what it means to become a franchisee with the company, and let them tell you what they're ready for. Let them tell you if they're qualified to become a franchisee.
Right.
Let them tell you what they're ready for and how fast they want to learn the brand, understand the brand, and that's just the beginning. So,
Right.
and we let that where it's a self-discovery, and the sales manager gets to jump in, say hi when they want to, but
Right.
then let them understand it, and it just makes it incredibly more efficient by allowing these applicants to go through and self-discover your own brand.
So let's talk a little bit about that. So you said marketing,
Yeah.
right? Let's talk about kind of the pillars or columns, all the things that are inside, or at least high level, because there's a lot of stuff inside
Yeah,
it. But what
there's
are
too
kind of
much.
the major categories that are covered? We got some marketing in there.
we got
right?
marketing
Is there
initially.
a CRM part?
There is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are all just some general parts and pieces?
Sure, yeah, the marketing is the beginning. So
Yep.
if you have lists or people you want to reach out to, they're not bought in on the sales process yet, but you're wanting to set up campaigns, we got marketing there.
Yep.
You got sales leads, so people that opted in said, yes, I want to learn more about your brand, tell me more. So now we have this applicant portal, self-discovery, go through, learn about the brand. That's our CRM, but it's all incredibly easy to use on the interface. We have a mobile app, you can do it from your phone, check on your leads. And then we go into operations. So all of this is just the beginning. You finally get your, these leads to convert, become a franchisee, and
Yeah.
now that's just the beginning of the relationship. So let's foster that. Let's nurture it. Let's make sure that we're connected with our franchisees, so that way they understand what's expected, and they have an easy way to be together and be collaborative and be able to. Project management is in the system, asset management. You can do everything within this one platform. So as a franchisor, you're able to look at that for all of your locations and all of your franchisees.
So that
in the
probably
same
has
space.
royalties and the royalty
The royalties
calculations,
calculations in
right?
there. Mhm.
What about cost of goods, inventory? Is that something that's coming? Are you
It's
already
something that's
partnering with
coming.
people?
Yeah.
Watch out, back office. Really?
Yeah, there is going to be that, yes.
Wow.
But there's certain things that we will do collaborations with. So, we're not a POS system, we're not an LMS, but we can easily connect to that. So again, keep everybody in one platform, but then send them into what you need them to do as your onboarding, training, and then into sales and launching.
So, Erin, sounds like this is the kind of platform where you would need to have an intimate understanding of restaurant operations to get it right and not just think you do.
Yeah.
Where does that expertise come from on your team?
Well, what's wonderful is that we have, so Pepper Lunch has been our alpha brand that's been on the platform for over a year. And so we talk about the system is that it's built by franchisors for franchisors.
Okay.
So we know the headaches, we felt the headaches, we know the pain points and where we need to solve for that. And that's how the entire platform has been designed and built to solve. So yes, we know the pain points and we've solved for them, but then as someone who's using the platform, you don't have to you can use the system easily. So it's an easily, the operating system, the UI, the interface is fantastic, so it's easy to navigate even if you're not extremely techy. So it's very, very easy to use.
What about, so because now I'm starting to think about configuration, deployment, and then there's cycles that happen around that in typical sense. What's that like? Or I know you're coming out of the chute here too and learning these things also.
Yeah.
But what does a deployment look like? Is it boots on the ground? Is it a long time to do? Like what would implementation look like?
Yeah, implementation we try to make as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want is to try to bring a new tech, a new product on, and then have to wait 6 months, a year to actually start using it.
Yep.
So no, our onboarding, we have AI support during our onboarding to be able to understand the entire brand. So tell us about your goals. Tell us about your sales strategies. Tell us about your SOPs, your brand guidelines. Let's take all of this. Our AI is going to then process all of this and be able to onboard into the system incredibly quickly. So we say we get you 90% of the way.
Yeah.
We're going to get your email campaign all built out, and you just get to review, edit, approve. So take a look at it, make some tweaks as you like, and we want to get you started, 30 to 60 days.
Wow, that's fast.
Yep.
What, some back office like 6 months to a year in some cases?
Yeah.
So you get going pretty quickly. How did all this get started with you? Like, I mean, I know there's a tie to a guy named
There's
Troy,
some guy,
but there's somebody who thought of the idea, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it started, so Troy with Pepper Lunch had Jonathan Whiteside, who's our founder at FSAI. Jonathan was brought off as creative and technical officer, and so he was tasked with that daunting task of creating the tech stack, building everything together. So as he started to put all this together, he goes, shouldn't this be easier? Shouldn't there be a better way? So can I just build it? And Troy said, yeah, go for it. So it started, of course, on the sales side. That's, chronologically the way you want to start. Started on this side. And he goes, well, what happens once, they sign an agreement? What happens once you start onboarding? Well, we work in this and this and this and this. And he goes, well, what if I just brought all those into one?
Right.
And says, can I do that? I was like, yeah, let's run with it. So it just grew and grew and grew, and that's why we're calling it a franchise operating system, because it's not just a CRM, it's not just certain things, it's the whole package.
So when did this become a platform you were going to offer generally to the market outside of just internal use?
Yeah.
And we read that you guys were in beta, and that a lot of brands were already in and enjoying this. Talk about that journey.
Yeah. So Pepper Lunch started as, of course, the alpha. They've been about a year, but we have 9 other brands that are on right now in beta. And what's wonderful about that is that these brands have come on knowing they're in early stages, an early adopter, and are giving us that feedback of, hey, I'd love to see this. I'd love to do this.
Well, that's partnership,
so
right?
It's partnership.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I'm so glad you said that, because that's exactly what it is that, we're not creating something to say, here's what it is, use it. We want to hear from you. We want to know what headaches are you running into, sir? What do you want to see? What could we do better? And we're implementing it and making changes incredibly quickly. And so that whole relationship is incredibly important because, again, it's built by franchisors for franchisors, so we want it to be useful, and we want to take that feedback.
Literally sticks to that promise because you're sourcing the information that you need to make it a great product from the people that you're partnering with to test it, to build it.
Because aren't those the best people to take the feedback from?
Yeah, otherwise it's engineers just figuring on a piece of paper like, this sounds good.
This sounds good, you should use that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'd like it to be this way. Okay, well, that makes more sense. Let's do that.
Or an engineer's brain is an operational brain. They don't know the importance of certain things, when they have to happen, why they have to happen, right?
Yeah. You know, that's where we ended up pushing out the mobile version very quickly because Paul, our sales rep for Pepper Lunch, said, I need this on the go. It's great that it's the desktop version. Great, I can do that. He goes, but I'm out and about and I want to answer immediately. I want to jump in. I want to see what's going on. So we prioritize, put out the mobile app first so that way he has his wholesale CRM in his pocket.
Wow. And is there a customer engagement piece? Are you talking about, are we going down the road of guest recovery if there's a tough moment?
Yep. So
Ooh, there's gonna be some nervous people out there soon.
Well, I know, but it's again, but that's if you're a franchisor and you're sitting here going, I want to keep track of my entire network, you have to have that as part of it. We have to hear from the customers of our brands too as to what their feedback is and what we can do better. It's not just internal. It's got to be both. So yes, on our operations side, we're going to have that too.
So I know it's still early-ish in the journey, but is there any kind of, we have this term called the big, hairy, audacious goal?
BHAG.
Do you guys,
BHAG?
do you have anything like we're talking big, like this is what this could become, guys? Is there any talk of that yet?
Well, I mean, there's a huge product roadmap, so there's ideas that the whole team comes up with all the time, you know. So we're prioritizing. So yes, we have certain things, you know, that are a year, 6 months, year and a half down the road that we're looking at of how can this continue to grow. You know, but one of the things that again comes up that we say, hey, let's shift and reprioritize is our email verification. So this is a new project that we've pushed into the forefront of let's get this done is to ensure that we keep the domain health for all of the brands that we're pushing out these marketing emails for. So something it's probably not even things that some brands are even aware of or are thinking about. But that domain health is important, and there's so many things you have to stick within to be able to stay on the up and up when it comes to this. And so we're going through and creating an entire system to be able to. It's going to be built in native to the platform to be able to help verify emails and make sure that we're aligning using different domains, different subdomains to make sure we're helping to protect that domain health, to make sure that all these emails we're sending out. That we don't start ending up in spam because that doesn't work for anybody.
Or get blacklisted,
right? Blacklisted,
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want
dreaded blacklist for your brand.
You know, once your domain heads into that, you know, that black area, that gray area, it's hard to come back from.
That's
so we're
like
trying to bring that in.
Forever will it dominate your path, right? Yeah.
So we're solving a problem that most brands aren't even aware of yet and won't know, but we're going to again build that in because we need it to solve every solution.
So,
That's
and
awesome.
I have a question. I'm curious what the answer is. And if it's not a good answer, you might even let you take it off here. But my question is, what about if somebody has a tool that they really love that it would be a separate piece but not inclusive of your system? Is there an idea of an integration, or is it you got to take all or nothing?
Well, it's a great question. When it comes to that, it depends. So our system, we're not modular, so it is, you get FSAI, use it from start to end, whatever works best for you. However, there are things that we have had those conversations, that if there's something that you're ingrained in, you're using, it's a product that we don't offer a solution for, let's talk about it. Let's see how we can fit, how it can make sense, or how we can build it into, say, our project management tool if it means we need to create something that we send them out to your other platform or your other, like an LMS. Like send them out, bring them back, but yes, let's talk about it.
Okay. I think that's a decent answer. We'll keep it.
Yeah, I like it. I'm good with it.
So what are some of the really fun parts about your role?
Oh my gosh. I mean, mine now is just, I love getting to know all the new people that I'm talking to about the product. So every brand is different. Every brand has different goals. They're in a different place. Whether we have one we talked to that is just starting to franchise, so they're starting from square one. So where do we even start with this? And that's really exciting. Clean slate, like, right? So this is exciting because we go, okay, let's not make all of these mistakes that we've already seen or all of those hurdles that, you know, you sometimes it's trial and error. So let's start from a clean slate and tell you how you can do this seamlessly. From the beginning. And then we have brands that are in it and they are in the trenches, they know, you know, and they go, well, what about this, and this? And we go, yep, we have a solution for this and here and here. So it's a wide range of people that we get to talk to and sort of get to know. So that's the part I love the most. I love being able to learn more and just see what, you know, we have an idea and we know from Pepper Lunch and the feedback we've got of what their pain points are, but every brand's different. But there's so many of those things that are the same throughout, but then there's ones that fluctuate. So it's really nice to be able to understand that. And it's fun working with a great team who's so passionate about this. And
can you highlight them? Because like this, parts of this don't feel normal in the sense of the competence, quality, speed of the team. So like, where is that wiring? Is it a person? Is it a structure? Is it a just a series of relationships over time? Why does this work so well
Why does
so
it work?
quickly?
Yeah, it's great. Well, Jonathan, again, who's the founder, he's the one who worked creative technical director for Pepper Lunch, but he, has the dev guys. He knows the people. He brought them in, and they're all just passionate about this. That this is what they're invested in. They've been building this for 2 years.
Okay.
So to finally see it come to life, and the fact that we, as a whole, are so invested in the feedback. We want to know. We don't want to be closed off to what's actually going on and how it's working. You know, you get excited about something, but you can't forget that it's not just us. Like, we're not the ones that are the only ones using it. We need to open it up and take all that feedback. And there's no egos across the board. It is,
Life
this is
gets
what you
easier
want.
when that exists.
Yeah, it's so much easier. Like, no, there's nothing that we say, hey, this doesn't quite work well. What about this? They're like, okay, let's talk about that. Or we build an entire system for something and say, you know what? That's not how we want it to be. We're going to do something different, and we pivot. So the whole team just has that investment into FSAI that it's just, everyone's here for the same goal. So it makes it really wonderful.
So when you started this journey, you expected some things to happen and some things that might have surprised you. What are the surprises or one of the big surprises or lessons you had along this way so far?
I don't know, surprises. I mean, everything takes a little bit longer than you might think.
Yeah, especially when you really want to get going.
That once you get to that point where this isn't just a concept anymore, it's real, it's live, it's working. Everyone wants to get to that. Oh, let's get it. Let's put it out. But we're also just very conscious of the fact that we're putting something out that is useful, that works well, that is the way that it's supposed to be. So there's that learning that patience and making sure that we get it right the first time around. But yeah, it's great. Everyone's very excited about it, which is wonderful. But we are making sure that it works the way it's supposed to.
Well, you just had an announcement. Was it yesterday somebody made an announcement?
Someone made an announcement.
Somebody
I don't
said
know.
something.
Someone.
How many emails and phone calls happened? Like, was it all of a sudden like?
Yeah, I think I have 8 new calls on the calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all, right?
That's
just from yesterday.
And you're here today, and you're promoting today a little bit RLC. What are the stops you're going to make this year for your company?
Oh yeah, I mean, I know we're going to NRA next.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our next big one, and I'm sure we've got the whole gamut down the line. My calendar, I look about a month out right now.
Well, you'll be at something called FS Tech, I'm sure.
Yes.
later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be in our backyard.
Yeah,
in
we'll be
Tampa.
right there.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know we have actually Troy coincidentally is
I know.
queued up here. I think he's roaming around here somewhere.
I think he is.
Before we wrap up with this segment, though, for people who want to find you, talk to you, engage, ask those questions, and don't have your digits, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the website, franchisesystems.ai.
Yep.
Okay? I'm also Erin at franchisesystems.ai.
Are you
check
an
it out on LinkedIn.
ERINN?
I am
ERY?
an ERIN. Thank you for
ERIN. See, it's
clarifying.
very important on that one. Absolutely.
It is, yes. So I'm an ERIN at franchisesystems.ai.
Fantastic.
I'm guessing that would drop time on her calendar, just a hunch.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so if you have questions, you want to know more, find Erin Hooper. Also, if Troy's really busy, find him too, because that'll just bug him, which
That's
we
great,
love.
and he'll send you to me.
Absolutely. Erin, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm just going to say this out.
appreciate it.
Your energy is fantastic.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
a natural, oh my
So's your
God.
volume?
Yeah.
Love
Yeah, it's okay.
No, you were amazing. Like, you are amazing. I'm not even giving you a show. You are amazing. I
Yay, so
absolutely
we get
love
to do
that
this again?
And all right, you're already invited. So
great.
we'll do it there again too.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So hey guys, this has been Chat GPT here from the Restaurant Technology Conference. Oh, Chat GTM. I've been using GPT too much.
We love the
Way
GPT.
too much. I know.
I know.
It's my cheat code for almost everything.
Yeah.
But here with Erin Hooper, if you want to find her, you can find her up on LinkedIn. You can look up her company. There's all these different ways to get to her. But at the end of the day, I just want to talk to her because she's awesome to talk to, right? And so ask her questions. She has lots of things she wants to offer and answer. And I think they have a platform that can really help your brand.
Expect big things, everyone.
Yeah, FSAI.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Thank you. That's us. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'm feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure, you know that I want ya.